want to talk about something real quick that is close to me because I'm living it right now. People don't understand what they be playing with when they be messing with this spiritual stuff and the occult. You have to be careful with the occult information because you are a god. And you can be a sane god or an insane god. Or you could be a coherent, a god of peace, or incoherent, chaotic god of war. You could be all different types of gods. Just because you a god don't mean you are a good god. Just because you're a god doesn't mean your insight is right all the time. With that being said, we have to be careful with the judgments that we project on the society and the world because of our illumination. Just because you figure out things in the world and that the world has not good things, like you see the evil or the chaos, you have to be careful with the judgments you project at that because you reap what you sow. So if you're constantly sowing judgments at the world, you don't think you're going to get judged by the world? Judgment is separation. I judge this brown, I judge this tan. Brown, tan, those are judgments. And it's separation. It's declaring the difference. Right? Seeing the spectrum. Scales. Balancing. So we have to be careful of the judgments that we project. I'm living proof. I have judged this world so harshly for all the things that it has done to me and that it has put me through. And I've judged this society so much that, in truth, I didn't want to be a part of it. And I ended up manifesting that. I ended up manifesting myself being homeless. Because in truth, I am a part of the society. The society is where home is. Or where I can establish home. Like if I want to establish home, I have to be a part of the structures and the system that has been established. But I've had beef with the systems and the structures that have been established. So now the structures and systems that have been established now has beef with me. You don't want to have beef with your reality. You don't want to create beef with your experience because your experience creates beef with you and it will put you through hell. And that's the lesson I'm learning here as I go through this is, hey, face that resentment. The resentment you have towards your family, towards your mother, your dad, your school, your community. You have to face that. Because if you don't, you will create a discordant. We're here as light workers to change the world, not destroy it. There is going to be things that must be destroyed in that recreation and changing process. But it's to build up. It's not to take away. It's to add. And I had to face, and in this experience, in this time, I've had to face how I am not adding in this state, in this position. If I allow myself to spiral and fall into not being able to help others and also not helping myself. And it's cool to be in this state. If I'm choosing it, I'm still also able to take care of all of my needs. It isn't cool if I'm in this state and I'm fighting a power, quote unquote, and I'm actually fighting my own power and I'm hurting myself and I'm not taking care of what I need. We are limitless, but that doesn't mean that we should be. There are certain things that we should put limits on. There are certain boundaries that we should lay, certain foundations, certain principles. In our limitlessness, we must establish right order. I have to establish right order. Whether that means me coming and humbly stating like, damn, like, look at my power, like. And that's what a lot of people have to learn, is that, and a lot of people I know that are in similar situations where they are upset at the world, upset at people. The problem is community. Addiction comes from a lack of community. We hold on to other things that are physical when we are denied access to the parts of ourselves that are spiritual. I was denied access to be, to just be. Well, many of us are denied access to just be. So it ends up us fighting society, fighting the world, to the point now the world has fought us back, and now you on the streets, now you ain't got nothing, now you, now you ended up on drugs, now you ended up, it's a spiral that you fall into because you don't feel connected. There's no connection. There's no communication. There's no common union. There's no unity. But it takes more people that are more in union with themselves to begin to establish that. So that's why even in this state that I'm currently in, and I feel, I'm like, dang, I really I be trying not to be hard on myself, because I'm like, dang, why are you really here though? Like, let's look at it and let's really analyze and do the shadow work. Because you mad, bruh. You tired of everything you seeing. But the thing is, it's not about distancing myself. It's about knowing that I came here to fix these things and call them out. But call them out in kindness, call them out in awareness, call them out in love. Not call them out in a way that creates more division. Call them out in a way that brings more unification and more intimacy.